Hello and welcome to the delayed kickoff episode 18. That's quite a lot of episodes we've done. It's been a year now since the
How
first
many of
episode.
those have I been involved in?
Probably
I think
around
I've done quite a few.
in terms of actual podcasts, like traditional ones, about 4. Because you've done loads of tier lists, though, haven't you?
Oh, do they not count?
Well, in terms of actual content you've been involved in, then that hitting it in the 10s. Well, maybe. Anyway, how are you both? Max, we'll start with you. Probably the happier of the two in terms of the footballing.
How are you, mate?
Yeah, well, I'm sure we'll get onto my feelings later on in this episode. Jamie, I'm sure we'll get onto yours as well.
In terms of football, depressed, but this is actually the third podcast where people will actually be able to hear me. So I've done 2 previous podcasts when I was in Brighton on this laptop.
Yeah.
And now I've got another one, so we're off the iPhone 6.
I remember the Brighton days.
I remember the Brighton days.
You're having a great time.
And we're into our second lockdown now. That was during first lockdown, wasn't it?
Yeah. And now we're in lockdown the sequel.
Very, very exciting.
Which means the hopes of going back into the studio have been depleted of.
Yeah, they've gone down to 0%.
Yeah. Which is unfortunate. Because I'm sure
I've not experienced that studio yet.
Oh, you will, and it'll be your best experience ever. You won't have to record and buy fridges and fish bowls anymore.
We've got this Apple laptop. I don't know what it's fucking called, but
a MacBook.
I presume so. It's a lot better than mine. That's all I know.
What's yours? Macintosh.
I couldn't even tell you. It's basically brand new and it's just shit. But yeah, at least Hannah has been kind enough to lend us. Have I come out yet?
No, not particularly. Haven't really been listening.
No. Yes, thank you. I'll just do this podcast on my own and you can fuck off.
All right, see you later. Right, let's jump into the news. And the first bit of news is the England announcement, which as of recording came out about 2 hours ago. I'll just get the team up quickly.
The most important thing in this is that Connor Cody made the squad again.
Yes, so the goalkeepers are Dean Henderson, Jordan Pickford, and Nick Pope. Defenders, Trent Alexander-Arnold, Ben Chilwell, Connor Cody, Eric Dyer, Joe Gomez, Reece James, Michael Keane, Harry Maguire, Ainsley Maitland-Niles, Tyrone Mings, Bukayo Saka, Kieran Trippier, and Kyle Walker. Midfielders, Phil Foden, Jordan Henderson, Mason Mount, Declan Rice, James Ward-Prowse, and Harry Winks. Forwards, Tammy Abraham, Dominic Calvert-Lewin, Jack Grealish, Harry Kane, Marcus Rashford, Jadon Sancho, and Raheem Sterling.
Sorry, can I quickly interject? Southgate obviously picks his players on form, and obviously Sancho has not been in very good form at all.
Well, the first point, that's a very good point, actually. We'll go on to that first. Jadon Sancho, he does pick players on form, but it is Jadon Sancho, isn't it?
He picks players on form, and then he picks players, and it just doesn't look like he's picked them on form. Like Pickford, last year he picked Mings when Mings was sat 20th place in the Premier League.
But Sancho is one of the best England players we have, so it would be stupid not to put him in the
when
squad.
He's on form.
Yeah, he has improved. He has improved a bit recent weeks.
Yeah, in recent weeks.
He's far from his best, though.
He's not hit the heights he had
and I
last
think
season.
Probably because of the transfer speculation.
Yeah, he just needs to get over that. Did you see what Southgate said about Pickford?
No. Yeah, he won't be replaced as number 1.
Yeah, he literally said there's not much competition for places at the moment.
Massive howler, and then he will be replaced as number 1.
Yeah, I mean, he literally said it's not a difficult decision for me. We have some competition for places, but I'd have to say there's nobody challenging him seriously at the moment to push him out that position. That's the biggest. He doesn't even start for Everton anymore.
No, yeah.
In all fairness to Jordan Pickford, and I don't think he should be number 1, but he is better for England than he is for Everton. And you can kind of see why Southgate's playing him because he's given him so much in the past. But Nick Pope, I'd play him at number 1. Especially after what he did last year.
Pope at number 1. I wouldn't play Henderson because I thought he was shocking last night. But
no, last night wasn't their fault. We'll get on to that.
Yeah, there weren't much wrong with what he did last night. But
yeah, but Nick Pope for me is definitely number 1.
Yeah, 100%.
no, I agree. I
Be in
agree.
the conversation.
Probably the biggest talking point of this is that Foden has been recalled, but Mason Greenwood has not. And I think that's because Greenwood hasn't been on form recently.
No,
He's grown,
Greenwood's been
obviously.
awful so far this season.
I agree.
I don't know whether you saw what he tried to do yesterday, but Jamie, you probably saw it because you were one of the first to point out that Ronaldo chop from Bissaka. But I don't know whether you saw what he did yesterday. He tried to dribble, he kicked the ball forwards, and it just ended up going for a goal kick.
Yeah, you're going to reference that.
Oh yeah, I saw
that.
No,
Just, that's not him.
He did well to get into the position though, because he got past 1 or 2 players.
Three of us know that Greenwood is better than that.
Oh yeah.
No, yeah, but you can't say he's had a bad start to this season. Like,
I know, mate. He hasn't got any goal involvements in the Premier League. I mean, he's been playing well.
yeah, he's got a goal in the Champions League. He's got a goal in the Champions League. He's got a goal in the cup. He's just not been playing. I don't
know whether Southgate would look closer to home with his selections though. So we'll look at Premier League form and think
the difference. But you can't say Premier League form when he's barely even played in it. Like I think the difference between Foden and Greenwood is that Foden's actually getting game time.
Yeah.
Greenwood's just been in and out. You can't find any kind of consistent form.
I think
in and out of the team.
What it also might be with
Donny van der Beek can argue that
disciplinary. Obviously, we spoke the other week about comparisons to Ravel Morrison and his start to life at United. So
I think it's been over exaggerated massively.
Yeah,
like he's been targeted for not because he's basically a young star now.
Yeah,
he's not done much wrong. He's not doing anything that a normal teenager won't do.
Exactly.
Like, just let him live his life. He's not done anything that bad. Like, all he did was try to shag an Icelandic bird. Like, that's all he did.
Yeah, he did a bit of drugs, didn't he, as well?
When was that?
I'm pretty sure.
That was years ago.
It was NOS, which is not illegal.
That was years ago as well.
That was only 16.
What, he did a fucking balloon or something, did he?
Yeah, NOS.
This is what I mean. He's a teenager. Like,
yeah.
Every single teenager in the world is doing this. People need.
In all fairness, he's probably in better form than Messi this season, and Messi's still getting called up to Argentina. So,
well, you'd be a fool if you didn't call up Messi for Argentina. Let's face it.
Well, I mean, previous managers done it, mate.
Well, the best player in the world, best player ever played football. Even when he's off form.
It's wise to not go against Messi, I think.
Yeah, because he controls a lot of where he goes, controls the locker rooms and such.
Yeah, with the Foden in, I can see why Foden's been called up, and I can see why Greenwood hasn't.
Yeah, that's a good way of putting it.
Yeah.
I'm kind of happy because, remember, this whole thing started when Mason Greenwood got called up first time around for England.
Yeah.
And the problem started then. So I think it's good that he's getting a rest, staying out of the picture. And let's hope he just don't do anything stupid in the lockdown.
No, hopefully not, but you never know.
And it's not just non-United fans as well, because he is one of England's promising young talents. You don't want him to waste his career away.
Yeah, no, I don't think he will do that. Like,
No.
I just think everything's been over-exaggerated. He's not even done anything that bad.
There's a lot of defenders on this list because, Gareth Southgate plays about 70,000 players at the back.
Well, at least we've got a left back this time.
Yeah. Although, I know Jamie might disagree with me here, although I did think about this myself. It is slightly surprising Wan-Bissaka isn't on there.
Going off last...
I think it is. I think
going off last night.
In recent weeks.
He's had some good performances.
He had 3 good games, and now I feel like he's just going back to...
true.
Why I have some kind of dislike. Like, with Aaron Wan-Bissaka, he's an amazing He's amazing at tackling 1v1, but his positional play is so bad. Like we're so fucked when
Yeah.
people attack down our right hand side because Luke Shaw can't defend crosses, and Aaron Wan-Bissaka's got no idea how to mark anyone at the back post.
We're fucked when anyone attacks us, whether that's left, right, or centre.
Well, no, if people go down our left, it's all right because Aaron Wan-Bissaka can actually
Oh,
tackle.
yeah, true.
But when it comes to any sort of positional play, he's just got no fucking clue what's going on.
100%.
So yeah, I mean, he doesn't get anywhere near the right back spot for England.
I mean, how many United players are there in there? 3. Henderson, Maguire, Rashford.
And Henderson doesn't even start regularly.
Wow.
Yeah,
De Gea is, I won't say De Gea is on form, but he is.
If I
doing
look at the right back spot for England, I'd say Reece James should have that locked down. Him or
Really?
Kyle
What
Walker.
about Trent?
well. Over Trent.
I'd have Kyle Walker and Reece James over Trent.
That's a
At
bold
the
statement.
moment, anyway.
Kyle Walker.
Reece James is
Walker,
so
yeah.
good so far this season.
I wouldn't say Reece James.
I mean, he's played so well this season. He got another assist last night.
Reece James is good. I will give you that.
I think he will be England's right back.
No, I don't see it. I think Trent will.
No, he's so much better at defending than Trent, and he's still got a lot going forward.
That's true. It's true.
I don't think Trent will be a right back for much longer.
That is it's a fair
I
point.
feel like he should be moving into midfield. I'd prefer to see him in midfield and see what he can do.
I don't know, because
That should be tested in
move Trent
England.
into midfield in the England game. You're just shutting out a midfielder who should be there because of his performances in midfield. Like, if you call Trent up, he should be a right back because he's been performing at right back. You wouldn't.
Yeah. No, I'm not saying shove him in the
up,
England squad at centre mid.
Do you know what I mean? Like,
I'm saying it's something Liverpool should be trying.
oh no, yeah, 100% Liverpool should try it, but I think give Trent a few sort of games at midfield before we start calling him up for England in that position.
Yeah. If Gareth started whacking him in centre mid now, I'd question it.
Yeah, I'd question it massively. Like, I think that's a bit harsh on the midfielders that have actually been playing midfield and deserve to be called up. You experiment with a club's player for a club. Do you know what I mean? Like that's what it would look like to me.
The midfield is a weak area for England, I think. There's some good names. You've got Foden, you got Mount.
We've got Henderson, obviously, who's Jamie don't rate him, but
Henderson will do a job. That's what Henderson does.
I do rate Henderson. I just don't rate him as highly as Liverpool fans.
No, yeah, I think everyone could agree with that though. I think he's it's a bit like.
I think he does start for England.
Yeah, he starts for England.
Yeah, 100%.
One player, I'll be playing Grealish. I don't know whether I'll play him at cam or left wing in that team, to be fair.
No matter where it is, Grealish should be starting.
Yeah, 100%.
And Southgate's got something on Grealish for some weird reason.
Yeah, we all know he's not going to be starting because Southgate is an absolute cunt. But
yeah.
For, final point on this team. Should Tammy Abraham be there?
No.
I saw people saying Callum Wilson should be. I think Callum Wilson should be.
Callum Wilson's had a really good start to the season.
Yeah. I mean, do we even need Tammy Abraham there? Like, he's not going to start. He's probably not even going to come on. Like, we've got enough strikers there.
Yeah, but
in terms of strikers, Calvert-Lewin.
We haven't got Ings this time, so he could have replaced Ings.
Well, that's the point we were going to go on to, which we can do now because Danny Ings has been injured. He's out for 6 weeks with a knee injury, which is sad. That is good.
Because I really want him to keep doing well. I really like him.
Yeah, I like Ings as well.
I'm sad to see him get injured. I hope he doesn't get hit with another run of injuries because he's one of the strikers in the league at the moment.
That's what tormented his career last time.
That's such a big loss to Southampton as well because we're just coming onto form as well.
Yeah, definitely. They've got Shea Adams who is scoring goals as well.
Yeah,
obviously not as much as Danny Ings is, but Shea Adams is. It's not like he's not scoring, and now that Ings is gone, Southampton's goals are gone.
Yeah,
but it's on his own now. I can't see it working out.
True.
Like, that is such a big loss. It's like when you take Vardy out of Leicester's team. Like, they're so dependent on him for goals.
It's because it's the whole way they play is to get goals through them. But
Wasn't
yeah,
it something like 40 of their goals last season came from Danny Ings? I'm pretty sure I saw something like
quite a few of them did. I know
when,
they weren't that much of a free scoring team last season, so
but yeah, I think Max was right about Danny Ings. He would have been in this squad probably over Tammy.
Yeah, he's probably just behind Harry Kane as well for who starts.
Oh, yeah, maybe. Well, Calvert-Lewin's slowing down, isn't he? We'd say he scored. Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see, but hopefully Southgate starts playing players that should play.
Yeah, and if not, hopefully if we lose all the games and Southgate gets
can
sacked.
I quickly interject and ask you two why? This is what I've been meaning to ask. I meant to ask you last night. Why hasn't Tuanzebe been playing recently?
Yeah, he played last night and got dragged off at half time for no reason at all.
Yeah, I was going to say, how's he been playing? Has he been playing well?
Or the world's best player, Scott McTominay.
Well, he's played one game against PSG where he was unreal, and then he had a game he had his game yesterday where he played 45 minutes and he didn't really do anything wrong.
Yeah.
Like he got dragged off at half time. Like we're gonna get onto United soon, but that hurt. I couldn't understand the you need a goal, bring off a centre back, and bring on a central defensive midfielder.
It's because it's Scott McTominay.
A midfielder into centre back. Like why wouldn't you just take off a Matic and bring on McTominay? And why put Matic as centre back? Well, he confuses me sometimes, but yeah, no. I mean, Tuanzebe's never going to get consistent game time for United.
Right, 100%. No,
If Maguire's fit, he plays, and he loves Lindelof for some reason.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, I'd like to have seen Tuanzebe go on at loan because everyone wants him to start for United, but he's never going to.
He was on loan at Villa, was it last year? I think, or the year before. Max, I don't know.
Or the season he got promoted.
Yeah.
And the season before that, I believe.
Yeah, but he's not going to have a good season this season. He's never going to play consistently.
Because Maguire just annoys me. Nobby Stiles has unfortunately died at the age of 78. That's
remembered for his dancing on the touchline at the World Cup after we won it. Or was that the one we won it?
I think he'd be remembered more for actually winning the World Cup.
Oh no, of course, mate. But he's remembered for that, isn't it? That's his characteristic sort of template, you know.
I mean, I said it on Twitter. If you won a World Cup with England, you're instantly a legend.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, and the European Cup, like.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. How many English players? Surely that's a very small club of English players that have won the European Cup and the World Cup.
Yeah, 100%.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Go down as a legend in his own right in every different way that he possibly could.
Yeah, the tribute
Definitely
have been good all across the Premier League this season.
It's not just that he was a good footballer, but he was a great bloke as well. You know, like obviously I didn't know him personally, I can't say, but every account that's ever been given of Nobby Stiles, no one's ever really said anything bad about him. Do you know what I mean? He's
definitely.
You can't hate.
Yeah, it's unfortunate that we were never around to see any of that World Cup team playing and winning.
Exactly.
We'll probably never see England win the World Cup again. So
have faith.
Everyone who was in that squad.
There's stories of him selling his World Cup medals and trophies and that, and all the proceeds went to his family to help them out. I just think that's just a selfless thing, you know, like that could have stayed in his family and that, but he wanted to help them out. But you know, he's clearly quite a selfless person. Do you know what I mean?
It is sad because even though we weren't around to see him play in his day, we know of him because of the many stories we've heard of his game. Sticking with sad news on the World Cup team because Bobby Charlton has been diagnosed with dementia. So it's not a good week for the 66.
I'm not going to lie, I've seen some proper nasty tweets about that. And I'm going to say, if you're tweeting about that, you seriously need to have a really good hard look at yourself, innit?
Yeah.
Christ, I've seen some proper nasty stuff being said, and like there's a place of rivalry in football as there is with any sport, but when it comes to personal sort of stuff like that,
Health. Yeah. Anything
you
health
can call,
related
you can
is.
call me a snowflake if you want, but if you're going to do that, then you got to remember he's got a family. Yeah, you could be seeing them and just, you know what I mean, like I just
Mm.
ain't on at all.
I,
He's such a legend as well.
Yeah, literally,
yeah.
he's done everything, isn't he?
Yeah. Bloody
Won
folklore,
literally
really,
everything.
of United is Bobby Charlton.
Mm.
And he's almost there most games, or you used to be when the fans were there.
Yeah, you always see him at the stand, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's a horrible thing as well, dementia.
Yeah, no, 100%. I mean, I've got relatives that suffer with it and have suffered with it, and it's not nice at all to see someone deteriorating like that. But obviously, like, there's not a lot anyone can do about it. But it's sad for it to happen to anyone, let alone someone who is recognised globally almost by so many people.
Yeah.
It hurts United a lot. 'Cause, I mean, we've even got a stand named after him, haven't we?
Yeah, literally.
Yeah,
you've got-
exactly.
yeah.
It was similar when Fergie had that brain hemorrhage a couple of
Yeah.
years back. That rocked the club as well. It is very upsetting to see. This is a depressing episode of the news, but unfortunately, it's been one of those weeks. Maradona has had successful brain surgery after a blood clot was found on his brain. So, again, one of those situations that you don't want to be reading about, but another legend of the game.
Yeah, no, 100%. I mean,
Yeah, I mean, he is literally arguably the greatest of all
Yeah.
time, isn't he?
yeah, the great.
Yeah, up there for
the
sure.
I'm sure a lot of people will argue
He
with
had
him.
a Napoli team that was complete. Well, I don't want to say a complete rubbish, but they weren't the best team in the world. Drag them to the titles, to Champions League, to do you know what I mean? Like, obviously, he didn't win the. Did he win the European Cup? I'm not sure, Maradona actually, but either way, he did so much for that team, and well, he's a legend in every right. I mean, he won the World Cup with Argentina.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's just a player that you wish you were alive to see play.
No, 100%. I mean, if you've ever watched the documentary on him, there's a film come out last year on him. It's quite an interesting watch. I can't remember who it was made by, but
Yeah, I've seen. I haven't watched it. I might actually put it on the watch list in
no, yeah,
wake of this
I
news. To
can't
be
remember
honest.
who made it. I think it was. Uh, I know his name's Asif. I think Asif Kapadia. Yeah, I'm looking at. Yeah, that's his name.
Yeah, and I think when a footballer is known by so many, even non-football fans, everyone knows of Diego Maradona.
Yeah,
That's
everyone.
just testament to how great he was.
He's a fucking madman as well, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was. He's
He was
nuts.
quite a character.
Oh, absolutely.
He's like same as Nobby Stiles. He's a brilliant bloke. Like, I'm not sure everyone would say that.
Yeah,
But
that's.
he
I wouldn't.
is, he is an icon in every sense of the word.
Definitely. It's well, it's good news that it's been a success though.
Yeah.
Hopefully that's the last we hear of it, and he's in good health again. Just a bit of a sad week in terms of the news. So let's quickly move on to the results of the weekend, which, well, the happiness gets better for Max, but not necessarily for us.
The results aren't going to exactly lift the mood, are they?
Yeah, it's a very depressing podcast.
Yeah.
Wolves 2, Crystal Palace 0.
I mean, it's good to see us score in the first half. To be honest.
Who's that 8 guy who scored?
Left back came from Angers. He's one of the top French talents at the moment. Obviously, it's good to have a backup left back other than Martial. I'm pleased for him to score in his debut. To be fair, he looked lively, but obviously a little bit shaky defensively. But that can be worked on as he's only like 19. So, but no, there was a number of clubs in for him. Glad we got the deal over the line. So we've got him on loan until next summer with an obligation to buy. So we'll see how it goes. But I think he'll have a good career.
I mean, I've I've been thinking this season that Wolves just haven't been good. But when you look at the table,
And mate,
It's because of
actually,
Max
what
being depressed at the start.
Sport Bible, Sky Sports, what none of those massive media institutions are telling you, which they'd normally be spatting out if Leicester or someone like that did it, is that Wolves have actually kept the most clean sheets this season with 4. And I
I can
guarantee you, if United, Liverpool, Tottenham, Leicester, Arsenal, or anyone else did that, it'd be all over the news, all over the front page. But because Wolves have done it, no one's picking up on it.
No, I don't think it would. I think that's taken too far. You've got to remember how many games we're into the
I
season.
think everyone would be like, "Oh, look how their defense has improved. They were like this last year, and now they're here."
But
But no
Wolves have
one's
always
actually
had a good
talking about how
defence.
much we've improved from the last season. I think as much as we lost 4-0 to West Ham. I think that was always going to happen.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, did it?
I mean, we were always due a spanking in the Premier League since we haven't really been beaten that heavily yet, bar the 3-0 to Man City in January of 2019. And obviously the 5-2 against Chelsea, but we were due as like a proper spanking.
And the 5-1 against West Brom.
I mean, that was 8 years ago, mate. I don't really know if you can count that.
I just wanted to reference it.
I mean, Wolves have sort of gone under the radar because I was like,
No,
I'm
100%.
sort of under the illusion that you haven't been that good this season. When I'm looking at the table now, and you're 3 points off top of the league.
No, 100%, mate. I mean, we always do go under the radar because, like I said, all these big media institutions don't pay attention to us.
Yeah, I mean,
I think it's because, well, I don't know about the sports Bible and all that, but I think we're under the illusion that Wolves were doing poorly because Max was relatively not depressed, but negative at the start of the season, but they were still picking up 1-0. It wasn't necessarily pretty football, but they got the result.
The problem, mate. To be honest, we're picking up 1-0. Like, I'm not complaining because we're winning. I'm really
Wolves have done that.
But there are better ways to win games than to sit back and then just launch a counter. It's just, do you know what I mean? It's just it makes me
be grateful because I'm looking at this Premier League table and you have to scroll down quite a way to see
find Man United.
Sitting in 15th with -4 goal difference and 7 points.
Oh, I'm massively grateful, but it is at the end of the day, it's not the.
It could be worse.
Let's go on to Man United then. Jamie with a nice little segue there. 1-0 loss at home to Arsenal. Jamie, what are your thoughts? Take it away.
I've never been more depressed watching a game of football. I mean, to be fair, no. Yesterday I was equally as depressed. So that is 2 absolute shitters in the same week. But yeah, no. When you go into a game with so much hope, like because you beat Leipzig 5-0. Well, I mean, we had the win against PSG. The performance against Chelsea wasn't great, but we got a point, and then we beat Leipzig 5-0. And it's just the same old shit where you think, oh, we've turned the corner, we're coming onto form, and then we play against Arsenal, and did we even have a shot? Like, it was so bad to watch because I mean Arsenal were quite shit as well, but when Arsenal are playing like that and still manage to beat you. And then we go on to lose yesterday, and you just think, right, well, we're back to square one again.
The Arsenal one for me is more depressing. Yes, we didn't expect to lose to bloody Istanbul, Bakashu, however you say it, yesterday. But at the end of the day, we're still top of the Champions League. We've still beaten PSG and Leipzig. Well, I don't want to say anything that's going to be too risky, but I do think we'll probably still make it out of that group. So in terms of isolated result, very poor, played poorly. But in terms of meaning behind it, we can cope with a loss to Istanbul. But it doesn't look good on paper, of course it doesn't. But in the Champions League table,
yeah, but we should have ran away with this group now. We did the hard work.
No,
just win your 2 games against Istanbul and you're through, and you've probably topped the group. Like, we just made it so hard for ourselves. The thing is, as well, with these last 2 performances, it's not just that we've lost. It's just how bad it's been. Like, the way we've lost both times, like, it looks like the team's so flat. Like, you look at those 2 losses and you think, like, has the dressing room just gone? Like, have the players just given up on Ollie? Because when you look at them performances, it just looks like we're trying to get him out.
It's so weird though because we lost 6-2 to Tottenham, 6-1, sorry. And then we come back after international break. It was a good performance against Newcastle, good performance against PSG. Chelsea just randomly poor. Leipzig, one of the best performances in recent history for the club. Then go to Arsenal, just randomly shit. Istanbul, randomly shit.
Hmm.
It's just no consistency.
There's no, yeah, I was going to say there's no consistency, so that must frustrate you a bit.
Oh,
No,
it does.
I mean, Ollie's running on borrowed time here. Like he's
Yeah,
I think,
definitely.
mate, personally, I think he'll be gone in the morning, and you'll have Poch.
Not in the morning. I
I
don't know
think-
why you said in the morning.
I'll tell you what'll happen. He'll win at the weekend, and that'll save him. And then he'll lose, and then he'll lose, and then he'll win, and it will just be a circle of that until the board get absolutely fucking tired of it. And
The board have already contacted Poch. So in terms of
where's that news coming from?
I've seen it about the pages.
Hawk Sport.
Yeah,
I think Sky said something about it.
I don't think
Manchester Evening News, I think.
I don't know.
As soon as United started losing games, that was going to be the first bit of news to come out.
You got
That's
Everton
true.
on Saturday. Yeah, that could make or break your season.
I think he's gone if he loses to Everton,
Yeah, if he loses to Everton,
or even draws to Everton.
It won't be the board that want to sack him. It'll just be pressure from fans. Like I feel like a lot of fans are trying to back him, but if he loses against Everton on the weekend, who at the moment Everton are shit at the moment. If he loses to Everton on the weekend, there's going to be a lot of people who just can't defend him anymore. Because that goal yesterday, Demba Ba's goal, that is one of the worst goals I've ever seen.
Yeah, it got hoofed up to him. It was like, oh, Den Bars, there's never be a defender, but there's no defender back. Oh dear.
Why have we got Aaron Wan-Bissaka in the box for corners?
I don't.
He's not going to score, but he's probably the best person to stay back and deal with a one-on-one. I mean, anyone staying back, like that's not even Sunday League level. Like even at Sunday League, you have people staying back on corners. Like
Yeah.
even the staff on the sideline, how were they not looking at that and fucking screaming at everyone saying, why is no one in defence?
Yeah.
Like you had Matic 20 yards in front of the halfway line, and that's the closest thing we had to our own goal. Like I couldn't believe it when I saw Demba Ba running through one-on-one. I was like,
Yeah.
a United player to pop in screen who stayed back, and it just didn't happen.
You don't even get it on the training ground. That's how bad it was.
I couldn't believe what I was watching.
And then the second goal fell to the left side. Luke Shaw, I don't know where he's gone, probably for a pie, and he's just shot and it goes in.
I feel like you have to put it on the coaching there because it's just like, where's the organisation? There's no leaders in the team, yeah, but like, where is the organisation there? Like,
you need a captain, a true captain there.
You know, what have the coaches said? Like,
yeah,
pitch to say, right, when we've got a corner, no one stay back. Just hope we score. If we don't, then they're just running one-on-one. Like, what? Where is the coaching there?
It's a must-win at the weekend for sure.
Yeah, Ollie's under a lot of pressure.
And I've seen so many people Ollie out now, and I'm not as yet, but
I said I had to back him no matter what after that transfer window.
Yeah,
but like
he's got to be getting more out of the players he's got.
When it's this flat with the attacking talent that we've got.
The window pissed you both off. Like you didn't sign anyone that you wanted. Who's obviously overrated. So
I think it got summed up in that Arsenal game because Arsenal's two best players, one was Gabriel, who was almost a United player, and then Arsenal got him.
You could have done.
And Thomas Partey, who we could have easily got for how much was it? 43 million. We could have easily got that, but we didn't. Arsenal got him.
They're all obvious signings for
two players we could have easily got.
The fans always want these signings, but we never make the obvious good signings. It always confuses me how fans can see it so clearly, but people in charge of one of the top clubs in the world just can't see it.
Yeah.
But, like, who is in charge?
It's slightly bizarre.
Back on Ollie though, people have right to be angry with him, but I think saying that he has absolutely no tactics is too far in my opinion.
No, he's
Yeah, you don't beat Chelsea 3 times last season, Man City 3 times last season, go on an incredible run after lockdown, get a draw out of Liverpool, who like no one really did, then beat PSG and Leipzig this season. You don't do that because the players are playing well. There is tactics behind that.
If anything, Ollie's underrated because
I agree.
everyone slanders him so much, but he has got something there. But when you're this flat with the attacking talent that we've got, the only explanation can be that the players just aren't playing for him anymore. Because we know with these players, if they want a manager out, we're going to get him out.
Yeah,
They will stop playing.
I think we'll talk about the Everton game in a minute when we go on to the predictions. But Martial is back. Tellez, I think, is back. It's been 2 weeks, isn't it? I think he had the COVID.
To be fair to him,
so he's got all the players back. So really, no excuses.
Yeah, well,
you got to see something there.
Yeah, 100%.
And even then, fans won't be happy.
Yeah, that game could be make or break for him.
Right, moving on to the other games this week. Sheffield United lost 1-0 to City.
Kyle Walker scoring against his old team.
Yeah. Burnley lost 3-0 at home to Chelsea. Could be troubling times for Burnley.
Bottom of the table, aren't they? I didn't think that, but they are.
From their games this season.
If we go on to Chelsea, I think it's sort of like it's clicked now.
Yeah, I think you're right.
I'm worried. I'm gonna say Chelsea are gonna win the league now.
I think I'm eating my words here, boys. I think
it was always gonna happen. They've got too many quality players for it.
Given us both me and you, Jamie. I think because Chaz, in his vanilla opinion, obviously backed it, but I think me and you both said the defense hadn't been sorted, but they.
No, I didn't say that. I backed that.
I'm sure you said that.
No, because you were saying
some of their signings were poor.
You were saying that Thiago Silva wasn't a good signing because we should have been signing someone younger.
Yeah,
Thiago Silva.
I was the one that said Max had a point, but Thiago was a good signing.
I said Thiago was a good signing because they
had the vanilla opinion.
I said that
not every opinion that's not yours is vanilla.
Silva is there whilst the younger defenders that they've already got.
Either way, whoever said it, they're eating their words.
No, Max, you're the only one who's eating your words.
Someone else said it. I'm telling you here, someone else said it, yeah?
I said Chilwell was a good signing. I said he was overpriced, but I said he improved.
Chilwell was a good signing, but he was overpriced.
If you go back and listen to it, you will see that I did not.
What I said is, I think what I'm on about is Havertz wasn't. I think I said Havertz wasn't a good signing for that money and for the fact that they've got so many players in that position already. He started performing recently. So in that aspect, I am eating my words, yeah. And I think if you go back and look, I said Thiago Silva is a good signing for now, but they should have got someone in for the future.
Yeah, but that wasn't the point of the signing.
I don't know.
The point of the signing was to fix what they've got now because they want to win the league this season. You can't spend that much money and not go for the league this season.
No, of course not. But I don't know. I just feel like it was a bit of a...
I've always said that eventually it's all going to click. Like, you can't have this many quality players and it not click.
And it not click. Mind you, you look at teams like Everton who spent so much money in 2017 and everyone thought, oh, quality signings, you know, Davy Classic.
But you can't compare that to what Chelsea have signed.
Oh, I don't know, mate.
Like, who did Everton sign?
A lot of quality. They signed Davy Klassen.
Exactly.
Michael Keane. Exactly. Jordan Pickford.
Exactly.
I don't know. They were pretty.
You're comparing these people to Timo Werner, Thiago Silva, Havertz, Chilwell.
No, I don't know. These players were quite highly rated when they signed them.
They were good signings for Everton, who are never going to try and challenge for the league.
No, I know, but for challenging, everyone said, "Oh, they'll get Europe, they'll get Champions League, they'll build on 7th place," and they ended up fighting a relegation battle all season.
I don't think everyone rated them that.
It's on a smaller scale. It's sort of the same sort of idea. Do you know what I mean?
Well, it's the same sort of idea as in they've signed a lot of players, but
Yeah.
if you actually compare the quality of who they've signed,
No, that's what I mean. On a smaller scale of quality, it's the same sort of situation. Chelsea are going to go on and build from 4th last season. Everton was supposed to go on and build from 7th the season that they spent before they spent all the money. So where it can work and it can't work is the point I'm trying to make.
yeah, but it's a lot more likely to work when you sign the players that Chelsea signed.
No, I know what you mean.
Like there was a lot more hope with the Everton signings. I hope they come good, but when you look at
When you look at they'd already done it in their league, so I can see your point
if
there.
Chelsea have signed, like Thiago Silva's going to be a quality defender.
Because he's been doing it
no
for
Werner's going to
years.
score goals.
Yeah.
Like it's all clicking now for them, and it's exciting for Chelsea fans. It's depressing for me.
Yeah, it's depressing for me as well because I know they're still going to do this season.
My prediction now is going to be Chelsea win the league because they look so good. Like they're even keeping clean sheets. Like they've
Yeah, I think Mendy is a big part of that, but also moving.
Has Mendy conceded a goal yet?
No, yes, he has.
No, has he?
I don't think 7 clean sheets. I think
they've kept 5 clean sheets in a row, which is the first time they've done it in over a decade. I saw that before yesterday. So I mean, the goalkeeper was such a big part of improving for
not
Chelsea.
only that, but as a defensive unit, they look much better. I was going to say earlier because Kante has been moved back to his original position.
Yeah, Lampard's. They've really gone clear of United now. Lampard looks like he's doing good things.
I don't think they'll be winning the title. They'll be in a title race, but
yeah, no. But when you look at the teams around them, like I think Chelsea are just going to kick on with this consistency now. I think it's going to be very hard for them to even to lose a game now. But like,
100%.
if it was the Liverpool, I mean Liverpool, they're still winning games. But when you look at performances, like it was 2-1 against Sheffield United, 2-1 against West Ham, but he got a late goal. Liverpool don't look like they're going to win every game like they did last season, and City just look flat as well. I just think Chelsea just look clear of everyone else.
Chelsea have played. Who are the big teams that they played? They played Liverpool, didn't they? And lost to them. Was that this year?
Yeah, no, but this is all early on in the season. I think they've now hit a point where the new signings have clicked. Like it was always going to take time for these signings to click, and I just think they've hit that point now where everything's coming together. And I think
they do look good. I don't think I can see them dropping as of Liverpool. I think you're right in saying Liverpool won't win every game
100%.
and be as good, but I can see Chelsea losing an odd game here or there, just to a team you probably wouldn't expect.
Yeah, but
I think that's where they're off for Liverpool. Why you see Liverpool not losing or drawing to any of the mid-table teams that often. I think Chelsea I don't really have any evidence to back that up. I just feel Chelsea just going to drop a odd point here and there.
Yeah, I just
know what you mean. They'll probably drop points to teams that they shouldn't really drop points to as well. I can see them winning their big games, but losing to teams like Wolves and Leicester and the teams they should be beating, really.
Frank Lampard is far from the finished article yet. He'll get there. He's a very good manager, in my opinion. But I just think at the moment, maybe 1 or 2 games he'll get it wrong somehow, and then.
Well, I mean, yeah, obviously 1 or 2 games. He's not going to win it. I'm not saying he's going to win every game from now to the season, but like, everyone loses the odd game. But I just think. I mean, yeah, in a few weeks, in a few weeks we'll assess this again, and we're gonna see. We'll see who's looks like we're gonna come out good from this. But
they'll be in a title race for sure.
Yeah, my prediction is that Chelsea are gonna be just very good this season. They're gonna be so good to watch. It looks like they can keep clean sheets. They're gonna score a lot of goals. They've got a lot of depth going forward now as well, with Ziyech coming onto form. So yeah, if I was a Chelsea fan, I'd be excited.
Two more results to talk about before we move on. Well, results in the Premier League, that is. Tottenham 2, Brighton 1. I mean, we've talked about Liverpool, City and Chelsea there. Are we resting on Tottenham? Do they have a chance? Are they in any sort of title race this season, do you think?
Just as much of a shout as Chelsea are, if I'm honest with you.
I mean, talk about clicking. If Bale, Son and Kane stay fit and click together, then I said it last week, that's the best front three in the Premier League.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think they look as good as Chelsea. Because they are sort of...
Chelsea more well-rounded.
They are sort of scraping through games with Burnley and Brighton, but that's what you need to do, though. Like, that's what Liverpool do. Like, when they're not playing well, they win. So, yeah, Tottenham will be up there. The top four will probably be Liverpool, City, Chelsea, and Tottenham, not in that order, but that will probably be the top four.
Yeah.
No, I think you're right.
Yeah.
Mind you, I would put Leicester and Wolves there or thereabouts, but I don't think, nah.
Well, let's talk about Leicester because they beat Leeds 4-1.
Yeah.
And Jamie Vardy, who only scores penalties, got a non-penalty goal. And was it 2 assists?
No, 1.
What was it? I thought it was 2. No.
Oh, it might have been 1. But no, mate, at the end of the day, you can say he only scores penalties. Over half his goals this season have been penalties.
Yeah, but your argument for Vardy Ings over Vardy, I think, was the conversation we're having.
Because Ings is a more well-rounded striker, and he's consistent.
Jamie Vardy's better in my opinion.
Yeah, I still agree with that. I feel like I should be respecting Vardy more than I do.
Yeah, I feel like that as well, but I think that Ings is still better.
Yeah, I would prefer to have Ings. The thing is with Leicester, you just can't predict what Leicester are going to do.
Yeah, because
True.
they'll fall apart. Well, you can, because we know they'll fall apart at the end of the season.
You have spells like this where you just think, could Leicester challenge top four? And then all it takes, to be honest, in this team is Vardy and Maddison getting injured, and I think the team just goes downhill.
Yeah,
like, everyone's fit. I think they could challenge for top four, but everyone's not going to stay fit. So
I think they need a better second choice striker than Iniacho.
Yeah, I just don't think they've got enough depth to deal with when Vardy and Maddison inevitably get injured.
Yeah.
They got injured at the back end of last season and they fell off the
all went to
wheel,
shit.
didn't they?
Like they've just not got enough depth in there. We just didn't make enough signings. With their first 11, it can trouble anyone. Like Leeds have been great this season. They've just taken them apart 4-1. So everyone's fit. They're a team that everyone should be worried about. But yeah, everyone's not going to stay fit. That's the issue. So I think Leicester top 6 is all we can hope for, but I don't think they'll get it.
Brendan Rodgers is a very good manager. People rest on him a lot.
Yeah, he's very underrated.
Yeah. Champions League results. We'll breeze through these really. Salzburg 2, Bayern 6. Real Madrid finally won 3-2 against Inter. Man City beat Olympiacos 3-0. Liverpool beat Atalanta 5-0. Istanbul, Bakashir, we've already discussed, beat United 2-1. Chelsea beat Rennes 3-0. Barcelona scraped past Dynamo Kiev 2-1. And Leipzig beat PSG 2-1. And they got 2 men sent off, didn't they, PSG?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd just like to say,
I think. I'm not sure.
We'll check.
With Jota coming in and scoring all these goals, I'd just like to say it does show how shit Firmino is.
I agree.
Jota can come in, score all these goals, and Firmino plays in that position.
Then the question stands, why couldn't Firmino do it, or why can't Firmino do it? Do you know what I mean?
Like, how can you be a striker in that Liverpool team and not score goals? Like, he's just, I mean, I think he's not rated by anyone who's not a Liverpool fan, so...
I to be honest, I think Liverpool fans are starting to see that Jota's probably...
Yeah, but Jota wasn't even that good at Wolves. The fact that he's even come in...
I think he was shit at Wolves.
The fact that he's even come in and banged goals in.
I could pull up about 1,000 memories from my Snapchats of just when me moaning about Diogo Jota and how shit he was at Wolves.
Yeah, you can't take anything away from his start.
No, he's had a great start. I mean...
But I think there's just so many strikers in the world who could go into that Liverpool team
and do a great job.
Like, imagine if Werner did join.
Yeah, he'd
Mm.
probably have 10 goals at this point.
Like, the reason that he didn't join probably was because he wasn't guaranteed a starting spot. But all he would have had to do was play 3 games, banging all these goals, and I think Klopp had realised.
You can't seriously say that Firmino's a great player now that Jota's doing what he's doing.
Yeah, I mean,
You can't even say that Firmino is restricted by the system because Jota's playing in exactly the same role.
True.
I mean, it's like he's just scored a hat trick, and he's not even scored a hat trick against Istanbul, for example, who United not score against. He's just done it against Atalanta, who looked unreal in the champion. They looked great in the league, and he looked unreal.
Yeah, and they're from Serie A, which is a notably defensive league.
Mm.
They have been good this season as well. Like,
yeah, exactly.
I thought that was going to be
very good.
I thought that was going to be a big struggle for Liverpool, but
yeah, I thought
to come out of the game against Atalanta with a clean sheet is a very big achievement, especially with all the defenders they've got missing.
Firmino is poor, very poor, in terms of scoring goals, but he does do something. It's not like he's absolutely terrible.
Otherwise, the other two wouldn't be so successful. But whether
Exactly.
Jota is now better at doing that something means that Firmino's time's up. Do you know what I mean?
I could play
Liverpool
and do something. It wouldn't be something good, but it'd be fucking something.
Mm.
Like, he's just so overrated.
Yeah, I agree with you on that one.
I mean, Jota's got to. Surely he has to start consistently over Firmino soon.
I don't know, because the minute you start playing Jota consistently, you realise how inconsistent he is.
I mean, how many goals has he got? So has he scored in every game he's played?
He's scored in his last 4, so he's got 6 or 7 goals.
Yeah, so you can't argue with that start. You've got to start playing him consistently.
Agreed.
And I can't imagine Klopp is similar to Ollie and Southgate, where they've got favourites and they're going to play.
Yeah,
so
I think McTominay up front.
Yeah, I think if Jota is doing well, I think he will come into that team. So, yeah,
100%.
Definitely.
I would like to clear one thing up. There is no loser in that deal where we sold Jota to Liverpool.
I agree.
As much as the Liverpool fans think there is not, because we lose a player who is our 4th choice winger, is inconsistent, is tight. He was just stagnating his career at Wolves. He was not going anywhere. He wasn't getting any better. He was just, if anything, he was getting worse. We got 45 mil out of him, which is very good money considering he only scored 7 Premier League goals last season.
At the time, to be fair, I thought 45 million was mad.
Yeah.
Like, I thought they won't pay the money for Werner, but
they'll pay 45 million
for 45 million. I thought that was a massive rip-off, but I mean, he's proven us wrong so far.
Yeah, he's proven us
wrong. You can't argue with the deal. Like, if Wolves rejected 45 million for Jota,
I would have been fuming.
Questionable.
I would have gone up to Molineux and sold him myself.
Yeah, so you can't really say anything.
Getting to the point where Jota was actually becoming an enemy of the fans because he was exasperating them so much. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's the point with Liverpool, is even when they spend money you think is extortionate,
like Van Dijk, Salah.
Van Dijk, 75 million. When they did that, everyone was like, and now, I mean, 75 million is a bargain, if anything, for what he's done for Liverpool. Liverpool's recruitment is so good, and the money they pay sometimes may be ridiculous, but they back it up.
This is just what Klopp does. It pains me so much, but he takes these players that sort of average, sort of above average, and just turns them into like 150 million pound players.
Who was the last dud signing for Liverpool?
Adrian.
Yeah, but
you say that, but at the start of last season when Alisson got injured, Adrian actually did okay.
Yeah, he did okay.
And arguably that would have been a much closer title.
Premier League title race. Actually, no, I wouldn't say they're at the Premier League title race. They're top of the league. He since contributed them to them losing 7-2 and to them going out the Champions League.
Yeah,
I would say that's a dud signing, to be fair.
Yeah, but he was never brought in to be
Yeah.
No, of course not.
Last
Of course not. Yeah.
starting keeper.
They brought him in to replace Carriers.
You've got to like Klopp has to be respected so much. Like he's by far the best manager in the Premier League, probably in the world.
In the world.
Who else can make the signings he's made and turn them into world class players? Like you could, the list is so long of players that he's taken in that everyone probably questioned for signing, and he's turned them into world class players.
That's why I'm still backing Liverpool to win the Premier League, even with the Van Dijk injury. Because if they play Phillips or Williams there, I still think Klopp's going to get something out of them that's going to be enough to, because he's that good.
Yeah, it's the opposite for United. We sign world class and turn them into shit.
Yeah.
Absolutely depressing. If Klopp could just go to Real Madrid or Barcelona, that'd be great. Just get him out of Liverpool, please. I don't want to see them dominate anymore.
Let's jump to the conVARsation. There's not much to talk about this week. It's been a bit of a quiet week for VAR, surprisingly. Diego Jota had a goal disallowed against Sheffield United.
Diogo, come on, man.
Oh, sorry.
God,
that was the Mane foul.
To be fair, that was the only thing that used to piss me off more than Jota himself was that people would call him Diego.
Yeah, just
Diego. Well, it is. Yeah,
it's
Dallow's
the
same.
Derek Ray say De Bruyne. I don't know whether you've heard him say it yet. He pronounces it De Bruyne, and I just think,
who's this?
Derek Ray on FIFA.
Oh, have you heard Derek Ray say Bruno Fernandes?
Is he Bruno Fernandes? Yeah, but that's
Where have you got that from?
Actually, I was speaking to a Portuguese person about this the other week. I'm turning into Derek Ray, and apparently it's because if they're a boy, it's like he says never. If they're a boy, you have to put sh at the end of their name if it's spelled ES. If it's a girl, you say Fernandez.
I saw a TikTok on Derek Ray who was describing how you say Lindelof. So, I mean, there's a reason for it, but just say Fernandez.
Yeah. Just say Fernandez. Everyone says it, and say Neves as well. Like we don't live in Portugal. Those customs don't apply here. I'm really sorry if I sound Sean Dyche Brexit, but it's just,
I know. I can tell you for one thing, you don't sound like Sean Dyche.
Well, I hope not.
Yeah, I mean, on the topic of commentators, like when Lockdown 2 was announced, I sort of thought the only thing that can make 2020 bearable is if Steve McManaman got kicked off BT commentary.
Oh, he's there every game.
I turned on the Barcelona game and I was like, surely they won't have him on this one. And then I just heard his voice and I just thought, I can't watch this, and I just put Chelsea on. I can't deal with it. I'd rather listen to, when you put the dodgy streams on and it's got commentators without even speaking English.
Yeah.
I'd rather listen to that.
And they go, 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 go. I don't know how people can listen to that, honestly.
What was the Adama Traore one?
That's the only thing that could probably make up for this if Steve McManaman just started doing that.
Yeah.
Like the United game, I turned it on. I was like, please don't let it be Steve McManaman. And that was Martin Keown. I mean, Martin Keown's better than Steve, but he's no
terrible, isn't it? Yeah.
He's still awful.
Yeah.
McManaman's the worst in Champions League games when he's commentating on English sides, because I don't think he doesn't want to be biased towards Liverpool, so he compensates by being overly biased towards the English team. Like he's full of cheering when City score. He's like, look, I'm not biased towards Liverpool. I love City. He tries so hard to not seem biased towards Liverpool, and it's so embarrassing. Just hate listening to him.
We'll continue because Michael Owen got kicked off a commentary, didn't he? So if we continue this, get Steve off commentary, then we might actually get somewhere.
Why did Michael Owen get kicked off?
He was shit.
Don't ask that. Gabriel red card in the United game. I know we didn't really talk about the Jota thing.
Did we even discuss Jota's disallowed goal? Or did we
I think it was rightfully disallowed because Mane missed the ball and
he just
Fabianski.
He just kicked the keeper in the head. He just stood him in the head. So
yeah, but then Jota went on and scored anyway. So minutes later. So there you go.
The Gabriel red card should have been a red.
I agree.
Obviously, it's not VAR's fault because VAR can't review that. You can't review a second yellow card. But
That's the issue.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, yeah, under the rules, it's not VAR's fault. It was the ref's fault. I can't believe it was just such. When you make a blatant foul like that, it has to be a yellow card.
I don't
Yeah,
get this
100%.
criteria for VAR. If it's going to be there to help the ref, why does it have to fall under a certain criteria? Why
Yeah.
can't you just view everything?
No,
The
viewing
ref's view.
viewing everything would take the piss because we'd be sat there for 5 minutes debating whether it's a corner or not. But for something that's going to affect the game so much, like a red card, we should be able to review second yellows and straight reds.
Definitely.
Like I don't want them sitting there reviewing throw-ins, but
Oh no.
it's going
No,
to
no.
massively affect the game.
Well, they do look at stuff like that. They do look, even when you don't know they're doing it.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
do
Well-
look at stuff like that.
No, yeah, 100%.
I mean, no, we don't, do we?
Yeah.
They look at, yeah.
No, if a goal comes from it, we still don't look at it. Like,
I mean, you don't know they're looking at it, but they
No.
are looking at it.
yeah, but if like a corner's wrongfully given and someone scores from the corner, we don't go back and go, no, that wasn't a corner.
No.
The goal's still given. We don't look at stuff like that.
Mm.
Who knows what they do with VAR these days?
Yeah, so yeah, should have been a red. Not VAR's fault. It was the ref's fault.
Yeah.
Yeah.
100%.
Although,
So yeah,
it's shit, so it wouldn't have affected it much.
definite red card. We've replaced this and that this week with a quickfire predictions. So it's another quickfire round. You're just going to name the some of the games we're going to have coming up this weekend.
Oh, I thought we were doing too good, too bad this week.
Oh, I actually love that segment on Match of the Day too. That's why I watch Match of the Day too.
Yeah,
No
literally, mate. If you can if you look at the ones from 11-12 as well, they're brilliant.
Wait, what's that? I don't even know what that is.
You know, mate. They put like bloopers and that from the game week at the end. I think it's at the end of Match of the Day 2, isn't it?
Yeah.
And they put bloopers from the game week in there. It's just, mate, it's brilliant, honestly. Like, it's so
It
fun.
is great.
Like when Adrian Charles used to do it, it was really good.
I haven't watched Match of the Day in so long.
Neither have I.
Mate, I
'Cause
watched
there's
it
no
the other
point-
week when
no
two
point in
got
our
that
shit.
done,
I used to be
Um,
obsessed with it. Every night I'd always be watching Match of the Day.
Oh yeah, it used to be like a religious thing for me, but
I
I
think
Yeah,
it's
I
never
agree.
seen United turn to shit. I just think I don't want to watch the replays.
I used to be one of them fans that didn't actually look at the scores until Match of the Day came on. So watching Match of the Day was a surprise.
yeah.
I did that once for a United game. But yeah, no.
Is that the
Not-
Swansea game in 13-14 when you the one that sold you so many dreams about how you were going to win the league? What was the score of that game in the end?
Swansea game.
What, the start of the
I think it
season?
was. At the start of the season, yeah.
On the Moyes, 2-1 or 4-1 when it was.
Oh right, yeah.
And it sold you both so many dreams, and you thought you were going to win the league again, and it was all going to be rosy. And
Yeah.
We didn't even know
Good
Jamie
man.
existed in that. I didn't even know you existed then.
yeah, you did.
Max
Oh,
even
no, well, yes and no. I mean, we were in the same school, but we didn't really know each other existed.
Max didn't like football until 2016 anyway.
Yeah.
You
You didn't even watch football till then.
I did. Only a little bit though. Not as much.
Right, quick fire predictions. Everton
2-1.
versus Manchester United.
2-1 Everton.
2-1 United. I don't know why I said that, but I did.
Oh Christ! All right, go
1-0.
on.
Chelsea, Sheffield United.
3-0 Chelsea.
4-0 Chelsea.
3-1 Chelsea. West Brom versus Tottenham.
2-1 West Brom.
3-0. 2-0 Spurs.
3-2 Spurs.
Ooh.
I'm going big this week. Leicester versus Wolves.
5-0 Leicester.
Right,
Cushion
now-
prediction.
Yeah, nah, that's a genuine prediction because I just see us bottling it. Do you know what I mean?
I'm going to go for an extremely exciting 0-0.
I'm going to
mate,
give 3-1
yeah,
Leicester.
to be fair, we do. We haven't scored on them like our past 2 games.
Where Leicester and Wolves
Oh
game.
no, we have. We've scored on them twice, but VAR wrongly chalked both of them off because Leicester are about the most bent team in English football. Cheat.
I'm sure if there's a podcast next week, conVARsation will be very busy.
Oh yeah, mate, it'll be very busy. I no doubt Jimenez, Bolly, and everyone else will have had a hat trick that would have been chalked off, and Leicester will shit out a 1-0 win for a penalty that isn't a penalty that Vardy will put away, and everyone will be talking about how great a striker he is. I can guarantee you that will happen.
I'd just like to say I really hope Leicester win.
No,
So do I. I hope Jamie Vardy scores at least a hat trick of non-penalties.
I hope you get clear,
no, honestly,
goal given out
we
from
we will lose at the hands of VAR.
If there could be as many VAR wrong decisions against Wolves as possible, that'd be great.
Honestly, you will not see me for about a week.
If Jamie Vardy scores a hand of God goal, then that's the dream.
That might have been the least quick-fire prediction we ever done.
Arsenal versus Aston Villa.
So we'll
1-0 Arsenal.
2-1 Arsenal. The biggest game of the weekend, Manchester City versus Liverpool.
0-0.
2-1 City. No, 3-1 City.
2-2. And finally, Dortmund against Bayern Munich.
Oh, 0-0.
3-1. It's 0-0.
Actually, 5-0 Bayern.
How have you gone from 0-0 to 5-0?
It's
I
slight.
thought you said another team, but then I was like, nah, it's Bayern, innit? So 5-0.
I'd say
Bayern
4-1.
Leverkusen.
4-1 Bayern. Dortmund always bottle it against Bayern.
Yeah, they're shit against Bayern.
I'm 4-1 as well. Big question this week. First manager to get the sack
Ollie.
in the Premier League.
Ollie.
Yeah, I think we all know what we're going to say.
It's going to be
Well-
Ollie or it's going to be Slaven Bilic.
I think Ollie is a good shout,
Bilic is
even though I don't want it to happen.
Bilic is on the ropes, to be fair.
Yeah, he's been pissing off the
I
club.
did think Fulham would win that game, to be fair. I think Fulham are slightly underrated.
Yeah, I'm putting a tenner on him staying up. So
Yeah, so I think and West Brom they are looking a bit shit, aren't they?
yeah, no doubt he'll beat us, though, bastards.
So I think, yeah, Ollie's probably top of that list. There aren't that many managers that are like rumored to be sacked, really.
I
I
mean, because
mean-
obviously Sheffield United and Burnley, they're not going to get let go of Dyche and
Yeah.
Wilder, are they?
Yeah, I
they've
was
been there
thinking he was
forever.
bottom of the league, but then I thought Dyche isn't going to get sacked.
No, they wouldn't sack Dyche, not after what he's done.
Sheffield United have been awful as well, but
They'll get. I reckon they'll sack him eventually.
Oh no, only if they get relegated. You forget that Wilder took them up from League One.
That doesn't make a difference when
yeah, but it will get to a point where you
Yeah.
have to sack them.
so many times managers have done wonders with clubs and then they go to the Premier League and they just shit and they get sacked instantly.
I mean,
Paul Lambert.
Bournemouth gave Eddie Howe till the end of the season, to be fair, didn't he?
That's true.
So if they've got that much loyalty to the manager, but I feel like if it gets to like halfway point of the season, the rock bottom of the league and have looked awful, I feel like you have to sack them.
No, 100%, I agree with that.
But I don't think there's much you can do, really. The Sheffield United team just got lucky last year. I mean, not lucky, but it was
Second season syndrome. They've got this year.
the team just isn't good.
No, I'm not. Even.
So yeah, he's in trouble. But I think obviously top of that list is going to be Ollie.
Mm.
Just 'cause
It's either Ollie or Slaven.
yeah,
Scott Parker, I think that win against West Brom has extended it. I reckon he'll probably get sacked eventually somewhere this season.
I quite like him. I think he's doing a decent job.
He does well at Fulham, and Mourinho ends up bottling it at Spurs and ends up pissing off. I think Scott Parker will end up at Tottenham.
Scott Parker at West Ham would be good.
Yeah, it wouldn't be too bad.
West Ham, I mean-
Moyes now, and they're sort of looking at him for the future.
Well, they can send Moyes home because he performs better when he's working from home. So have Scott Parker there as the assistant and have David Moyes at home.
West Ham have got to give Moyes a good chance. They've got to back him.
Yeah.
They've been really good this season, West Ham.
They're only one place above United, in all honesty.
Everyone's above United.
1 point, yeah.
15 for fuck's sake.
Someone we haven't mentioned, and a lot of people keep recently been saying he's quite underrated manager, is Graham Potter of Brighton. And I'm a big fan of Graham.
Yeah, I am as well, mate. I just think he's a carbon copy of Roy Hodgson.
Which isn't a bad thing.
No, it's not
No,
a bad thing at all. He'll keep a team up. He'll get him playing a certain style of football, and it's just
It's what Brighton wanted, didn't they? Because they had
Yeah.
so many seasons of just staying up and shit
Yeah.
in victories.
Mm.
Mm.
Now it's sort of what every club like that sort of club wants. Someone to come in and play half decent football and actually excite them, rather than someone like Dyche. I mean, he does keep them up every week, but I couldn't imagine being a Burnley fan and just watching that every week.
Oh, honestly.
Coming from a United fan, to be fair.
Yeah, but at least it's good players playing shit.
Yeah,
Mm.
there should be some hope there. With Burnley, there's just no hope.
Yeah. I mean, if Burnley go 1-0 down, you just like, hey, we're not winning this. Well, if United go 1-0 down, it's we're not winning this, but there's a chance. A very slim, minute, paper thin chance. Yeah, I'm thinking though I don't know when Ollie would get sacked, though, because they've rumoured the approach Poch.
I mean,
But
Mark Goldbridge was saying if he loses to Everton, he'll be sacked. But I just can't see that happening.
Mm.
The board don't want to sack him. Like they want him to stay there because it's just easy having him in charge. Like if Poch comes in, there'll be more. It'll be more difficult for them because he'll actually try and stand up to them. Whereas Ollie's just like,
He's a yes man, isn't he?
yeah, he just says do what you want with me. But
I think the biggest thing is this international break coming up is the worst possible time.
I fucking hate international.
Because if he yeah, so do I. I don't know why we're doing it, given the current climate very well. Yeah, but if they were to sack him, surely it would make sense to do it during the international break to give Poch a bit more time.
I mean, I sort of don't. I'm sick of starting again with managers because when Poch comes in, if he comes in, it's going to be like the first season's going to be a rebuild. The second season, hopefully, we'll get top 4, and then the third season
will be exactly the same position.
But it always gets to the point where we don't get to the third season.
Mm.
But I mean, if anyone is going to turn United around, I think it'll be Poch.
He's the right man if Ollie does go, in my opinion.
I'm sick of sacking managers, and I want to back Ollie. But when Poch is there, like, you feel like it's perfect for United.
It's just, it's not like Ollie is a bad manager. We know he can do stuff.
Yeah.
He's shown it. But it's similar to Mourinho. Mourinho was a good manager, still is a good manager.
The thing is, though, if Poch goes to somewhere like Madrid, like, I'll be gutted.
I doubt they're going to sack Zidane.
Yeah,
But
I mean,
I can't see him winning the Champions League anytime soon.
That's where I'm at.
So I don't want to be Ollie out because I sort of think it's not his fault because he's not got the players that he wanted.
Barcelona missed a trick not getting Poch. I'll tell you that now.
Yeah, he did.
They should have got Poch, not Koeman. Koeman's average at best.
Yeah. He couldn't even do well at Everton, could he?
Right, exactly.
Carlos.
Do right, Southampton.
Yeah. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know where I'm at with it.
It's a difficult one. He can turn it round, but he needs to do it fast.
It's annoying because at the start of the season, I'm pretty sure I said we can't turn against Ollie because it's not his fault.
Yeah.
Sort of stand by that it's not his fault, but yeah.
But I mean, the Arsenal game, that was on him.
When
playing McTominay for 90 goddamn minutes.
United have a world-class attack.
Yeah.
And if you can't get them scoring goals and at least creating something.
Mm.
And when he's making subs like fucking McTominay, and it's just it's killing my hope. It's like he wants to be sacked when he makes these subs.
Mm.
He's sacking himself, isn't he?
Mm.
Yeah, that is. I just think there's too much smoke around Poch. Poch will happen eventually. Whether
Yeah.
it happens in the international break, end of the season, just after Christmas, I do think it's going to happen.
I mean, he said he wants to come back to football, so United need to act fast if you do want him.
Yeah, because otherwise another club will get him, and I don't know. There aren't many other clubs that would take him at the minute, really, are there?
Yeah, there don't seem to be many clubs that actually want him, which is confusing.
Exactly. Loads of teams have had manager vacancies since he's been
Yeah. So many teams have had the option to get him, but like he took Spurs to the Champions League final. That is insane.
Yeah.
Like, even not winning it, just getting them to the final is mad. So yeah, I mean, I would not be disappointed if Poch came in. I'm gonna say that.
No, of course.
Neither would I. But I do. I'm still with Ollie. I still hope he does stuff. But time's running out. As time is running out on this podcast, which means it's time to end.
Oh, how long have we been going?
I don't know, about
It's definitely
Hour and
a couple
15.
months.
it's been a long one.
Yeah, we just love talking.
Oh yeah.
I just want to do a podcast where I can be happy that United have performed well. That's all I want.
Oh, come the
We
end
did
of the
that last
season when
week.
You won the league. You know, you'll be all right, won't you?
We did one lot. Was it? We beat Leipzig 5-0. Was that before or after the podcast? Oh no, it was just. I think it was the night of the game. Yeah, I think it was.
Yeah, you'll both be all right next week though. When
hopefully
when you've won the league, at the end of the season, you'll be all right.
Yeah, we won the Champions League last week. We beat Leipzig 5-0.
Newcastle. So if hopefully James Rodriguez isn't there, then we can.
Yeah, Richarlison's not there.
Dean's not there as well.
I think
No, he is.
But like I said earlier, I think if they beat Everton, Ollie's as good as gone, isn't he?
Dean is there, by the way. His suspension
overturned.
Yeah.
Oh, right, okay.
I know. But we've got Tellez and Martial, hopefully, so...
He's just as good as Luke Shaw anyway, so it shouldn't be too much...
Exactly.
...past him.
Exactly. Luke Shaw was one of our better players yesterday, believe it or not. Attackingly.
No one who will understand that. I do think Luke Shaw is complete shit. That was something Charlie said.
Jamie is the number one Luke Shaw fan, he's lying. Right. Say your goodbyes, do your promotions, all that malarkey.
Everyone. At Maximus Arvo on Twitter for all your well, I don't do politics, so yeah, follow me. If you're not into that shit, follow me.
Yeah.
You don't do politics, that's a lie.
Politics, man. Why do people try and get involved with football as well?
We're not allowed to talk about politics though.
Yeah, we're not talking about politics then.
We're physically not allowed. Jamie?
Yeah, thanks for listening. Don't check out my Twitter, I don't tweet anything. Just go to a delayed. Oh wait, no, delayed kickoff. Don't exactly tweet.
Picture of the.
Shut up.
Do we send our Snapchats out?
No.
No. Why
would you say what?
Why would we do that?
That's got LinkedIn's involved then.
It was the other week. I messaged Jamie by accident, and I said, "Oh, sorry, mate, that weren't for you." And I went, "What did I send you?" And he went, "You sent me nudes." I was like, "Oh, Christ." I don't know if you can remember, mate, but I sent you something the other week. I was like, "Oh, I hope you're all right, mate."
I can't believe you just questioned trying to. I mean, I can't believe you just said that we should promote our Snapchat.
I thought we had a delay kickoff Snapchat. Is that not a thing?
No.
We don't even post on the Instagram and Twitter. Why?
We post on the Twitter.
I genuinely thought we had a Snapchat of the.
No, I mean, if we do, I don't know about it.
We don't. He's absolute talking out of his arse like usual.
I genuinely thought I'd made one.
Why have you made
one? I made one last year.
Let's face it, I would have made it if we did make it.
Probably, mate.
Right, yeah. Follow delayed kickoff on Twitter. That's the only content you get.
Yeah, and the Instagram is it's not.
The Instagram's ran by Max, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's it.
That's why there's never anything on there.
That's all you need to know.
Yeah, the Instagram's run by Max.
Charlie.
On there, you'll find
yes, it is.
Right. Well, I feel like Charlie should take over the Instagram.
Yeah, I feel like that.
No, that's too. I can't do everything.
Max, I don't want to put you out of a job here, but I've not seen a lot from them.
One of the last posts on the Instagram was Bellingham having turned his back on United.
Oh my god.
Yeah, we don't post on Instagram, and if we do, it's complete shit.
I have that tweet, and every time I go through my camera roll and delete pictures, I make sure I don't delete that tweet because Oh, it's just such a funny thing.
I reckon we should create a delayed kickoff TikTok and Jamie runs it.
Get fucked.
Yeah, 100%.
I'll take over the Instagram if you
Yeah, go on.
want. Max is.
I mean, Jamie's Instagram game is.
Oh yeah. I haven't uploaded on my Instagram in over a year, so maybe I'm not the best person to take over. I did post a story last night, to be fair, on Halloween.
Oh, how exciting! Right.
I was dressed as a priest, so I had to get it out there.
Very religious.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah,
you don't want to be
some
seen dressed as
Rangers
priests.
fans like that, didn't they?
Yeah, I was a priest with Jimmy Savile glasses on, so it was
Christ.
there's very Nazi vibes going on with that outfit.
Brilliant. Are we keeping this in or?
Oh right,
yeah.
we can take it out.
Well, I mean, Jimmy's not going to get offended. He's dead, isn't he?
No one got this far. No one got this
Yeah. No, and we don't have any priests watching.
Not at all.
Right. We'll see you next time on the delayed kick off.
Yep. Cheers. Thank you.